They put the wrong liner, so let me use this quick color one.
Business Express on Smooth 98.1. Business Express, brought to you by InterSwitch. Transaction solutions you can depend on.
You're listening to Smooth 98.1. Love music, love life. And I have Rotus in the studio with me. Hi, Rotus.
Hi, Valentine,
Had
and
a
good.
good weekend, bro?
Yes. We're well rest. I didn't go anywhere this weekend.
Oh,
I
wow.
slept, and and I'm ready. Sure, we're doing 1 hour today.
Yes.
Yes, 1 hour Business Express.
No,
Let's.
we're not. We wish though. Please join the conversation by sending a message to WhatsApp 0809 444 That's 0809 444 for your WhatsApp messages. On Twitter, tweet at Smooth981FM. Use that hashtag Business Express 981. And please subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get all the dates. Hi, Rotus.
Yes, sir. So we're starting with the central bank, and it's a new month. Some of you know I don't like saying Happy New Month, but whatever. Happy New Month.
I'm actually tired of it.
Yes, please.
I'm
This
like-
6 more months for this terrible year to end. 6 more months. 2020 can just go, just leave, right? June 1st, central bank has issued a new circular, and the new circular is talking about resolutions for ATM, point of sale, and web transaction failures. So the central bank, in order to improve service quality with the banks, they're saying that they want a number of failures that usually happen to be resolved a lot faster. So let's take a look at what this one is for. Failed ATM transactions. On us means your bank ATM, and your card. So if you take your card from your bank and go to an ATM and you withdraw money and there's a failure, the central bank is saying that with this new measure, they want it to be reversed instantly. As of right now, the measure is for 3 days. So they want that updated to be reversed instantly. Secondly, if it is not reversed instantly and you have to contact your bank and a manual reversal has to be done, the central bank says it should not take more than 24 hours for it to be done. So again, this is for on us ATM transactions. So on us being your bank and your ATM. The next one is not on us. That is, you take your card to another bank's ATM that is not part of your network. What the central bank is saying is that if you try and withdraw money and it fails, then it should be resolved within 48 hours. Currently, the resolution period is for 3 to 5 days. So the central bank is saying that if you go take your card to another bank, not on us, and make an ATM withdrawal and it fails, they want it resolved within 48 hours. Currently, it's 3 to 5 days. Also, disputed point of sale and web transactions, they're saying that they want that resolved within 72 hours. Currently, it's set at 5 days for that to be resolved. And then as of June the 8th, the central bank is giving all banks 2 weeks to resolve every backlog of failed point of sale, web transactions, and ATM transactions. So they have 2 weeks from the 8th of June to get the entire backlog settled. And as far as payment platforms, including banks and non-bank financial institutions and so on and so forth, the central bank wants to have an integrated dispute resolution platform which integrates everybody. And so this was supposed to allow some kind of uniform resolution to different disputes where everything can be seen all at once. So once again, just a recap: failed on us ATMs, that is, your bank, your card, supposed to be resolved instantly. If a manual reversal is required, they want it done within 24 hours. If you go to another bank, not on us, that's outside your network, go to the ATM, make a withdrawal. Central bank wants that done, resolved. If there's a failure to get your money, wants that resolved within 48 hours. And then if there are any disputed points of sale or web transactions, they want those corrected within 72 hours. And then they are giving banks 7 days from now, as of the 8th of June, banks have 2 weeks to clear all backlogs. And then, of course, they want an integrated dispute resolution platform for payments. Now, if you've got any issues, what's the website again? cbn.gov.ng. Is that not the website? That is the website. I go to that website all the time. I go there all the time. So yeah, cbn.gov.ng. That's the central bank's website to get those issues resolved. But I believe, cbn.gov.ng. Yeah. So I will say this though, from what I've noticed, withdrawing funds where there's been an error. It's usually done instantly. I usually get, even POS, it usually gets credited back immediately. But I should remember, I'm speaking for myself. You send a message if you've experienced any recent issues and it actually was resolved, immediately. I can't remember having to wait 3 days for an ATM failure to get done. So I think the banks are already ahead of that, but the central bank just wants to make sure that it's legit and it's done officially and have them doing that straight away. Funshaw, what's Funshaw saying?
Funshaw said, "Good morning, all. Is maintenance fee still allowed by banks?"
Funshaw, do you think maintaining your account is free? Think about this.
It's not the account you're talking about. It's the card maintenance.
Yes, now.
Why do they charge card maintenance for a card?
Did he say card or account? We'll go back. What did he say? Did he say card?
He didn't specify.
Yeah, look, if it's yes, now. Okay, well, I'm assuming he means his account. Funshaw, anytime if you go to your account and withdraw money 10 times this week, it's not free to keep a record of those 10 times you went there to reflect your balance immediately, to give you all your transactions the moment you want. You guys need to. I know banks are not, you guys don't like, yeah, exactly. No, that's transparent. What they're saying is banks are not everybody's favorite. I'm waiting for Yinka. Yinka will soon come and blast me now with his messages. But, the banks are not, this is not a free service. Imagine having to keep up with all your transactions. Of course, I got hit to the maintenance fee this weekend, so I think that's why Funshaw is sending a message.
To be fair, the card maintenance fee messages I've been getting have reduced.
See, just do some math, guys. I didn't count the number of customers, but I think one of the fees I got was 120 something naira. The other one was like 80 something naira. Multiply by the number of customers they have. That's hey. The banks. When are chopping.
When I see those fees land on my SMS, just 100 naira. It feels like 100 million.
I know, right?
Because
they take it from you every month. So multiply by 12 for you. They now multiply by all their customers. Again, remember, it's all of us that are complaining. Let's open a bank and try and run a bank in Nigeria and see whether we won't slap people with 500 naira fees. It is hard, dude. Doing business here is hard. Generator, what else again? No lights, water, security,
even regular maintenance that you have to do on your equipment.
Yes, now your equipment. Some of these people, they service these things overseas. They don't even do them here, so it's in dollars.
Ibrahim
Easy on the bank, so please.
Majority, I'm suspecting you. Ibrahim says, solid move. If we're going to promote financial inclusion and encourage a cashless society, which is what is key during a pandemic like this, it's just fair to improve the turnaround time on e-banking disputes.
Yes, indeed.
Benga says, if the CBN can enforce this directive on resolution of debt disputes, it will enhance banking services. Problem is always compliance. And many of those queuing at the banks are there to resolve ATM debit problems.
Yes, that's true, Benga Kamude. Yes, very true.
Aya says, good morning, guys. Paid for cable TV on Friday. Payment still hasn't been affected. So 3 days late.
Yeah, so
you paid with the mobile app.
With the mobile app. So that's if it's with the mobile app from your bank, you want to reach out to them and tell them that, hey, listen.
What if it's from a third party? Who do you report to?
Third party. Well, again, the third party, you have to go to them now. Yes. So you have to reach out to the third party. But again, 72 hours for point of sale and web transaction failures if nothing has happened. So reach out. Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Shola says, good morning. For POS transactions with
a bank,
you need to go to a branch and fill a form before the money can be
really? No, is that, come on.
Wow.
You have to call. You call now.
Mr. Lexi says, dispense error reversal seems faster these days. To be fair on the banks. Got POS declined debit twice last week and was reversed the same day.
Okay, so there's a witness. Thank you for confirming that. I didn't want to be the only one because I've noticed they've been faster. So I guess central bank is just making it official, but they've been faster about that. Okay, so moving on from that, UBA on Thursday or Friday they recalled their bond early. Back in 2014, UBA issued a 7-year bond that was, I think it was 35 billion naira. That was supposed to be paid off or mature rather in 2021. I think it was one of the first bonds to be issued on the FMDQ platform. It was also listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Bond was paying a sweet coupon of 16.4%. Hey, imagine getting 16.4% today, Valentine. So anyway, in the bond prospectus, and they put these things in the where you get to read about the terms and conditions of the bond. They say we can call this bond back early. So a callable bond is the issuer, which is essentially the borrower, says, look, I can pay your money back early and and recall the bond. And they do this because you can't keep paying 16.4% in an interest rate environment where the rates are just are embarrassing.
I was
So
just gonna ask you, like,
I know.
how's that business sustainable?
Ah,
16.4.
well, that was back in 2014 now. So
My
it's
goodness.
it's matures next year. So and this is the thing. One of the risks with investing in bonds is reinvestment risk, because if you as a if you're a bond holder and you've been collecting interest, they now just come and give you your money back early. You now have to reinvest that money back at a lower rate in something else. And so that's one of the risks in bonds. But it makes, from the business standpoint, it would make sense for them to
Process though, if
to
you're nice
reinvest.
to me today, I might consider giving you an expo into,
Eh,
to a bank that's giving 14%
a bank has given 14%. Is
on,
it a bond
on
or
savings.
on savings account?
I'm
Okay.
not even joking.
That's one of our tier
Yeah,
one, tier two
yes,
banks.
yes.
There has to be a catch.
Hold on.
There's a catch.
This guy says, please, what's your name? Otunuga.
Okay.
Otunuga says, thank you. Continue to educate our people on the need to pay for banking services. You withdraw money from ATM that has air conditioners, etc., and you don't want to pay service charge. It's never sustainable. Most of these services they offer us online here are not available, even in so-called developed countries.
See, there's one, I won't mention the bank.
Let's just
Even
stop
here on
comparing
Adiola Odipo, right?
Yes.
The ATM, what is it, gallery, or what do they call it?
Yes,
Where
gallery, yes.
is air conditioned?
Yeah,
Air
I'm
conditioned,
telling
lights,
you,
everything.
every time.
Just when sometimes I saw there's a security guard. Anytime I go there, he's always sitting inside. I'm
And
like,
the
this
guy-
man, you should be outside. But he's always inside enjoying the
And he's
AC.
lighter this month that he won't laugh.
So there's money, it costs money. Thank you for that message.
Buffon says, how about one's card being swallowed in another bank's ATM?
Yeah, so for that one, you need to contact the bank whose ATM swallowed your card. I mean, you can still contact your own bank, but I think it's faster to contact. And the annoying thing is, if it happens on a weekend, you have to wait till Monday. But yeah, that thing scares me. I mean, anytime it takes a while to process, I'm like, hey, please don't swallow my card. But it's happened to me once before. You got to go to the bank itself. What will happen is they'll verify your ID. Somebody will now go to the back of the ATM and pull it out.
It's a hardware problem.
Yeah, exactly. I'll give it
Mike
to you.
Great says POS transactions failed 2 weeks ago. Still begging for my money.
Yeah.
Use several media to get to the bank. I'll soon drag them on Twitter.
Well, that bank is a good bank now.
I know, right? Mike.
What's happening,
Who are you
Mike?
talking to?
I call customer service, tell them what's up, and then also
Or go
check
to
with
the
the
nearest branch.
and also maybe it's the merchants too. That's another issue.
Because
Sometimes,
these days the banks you can produce your card within 5 minutes.
right,
like a new
exactly.
card on request.
But you pay. There's for some of them there's a fee.
Over 1,000.
Exactly.
And somebody here says, Ishaka says, kindly comment on the NPR reduction to 12.5%.
Oh yes. Okay, so yeah, we were at 13.5. A lot of people. This is the Monetary Policy Committee. They moved their meeting to Thursday. In fact, I thought it was Thursday and Friday because they're usually 2-day meetings. But because of the coronavirus, it was a virtual meeting. They made their decision on Thursday. So we've been at 13.5%, which has been the benchmark interest rate for Nigeria. Everybody, myself included, thought we're going to stick at those parameters. Reason why, for those who are me, I've been calling for lower interest rates. If you cut the benchmark interest rate down and you reduce cost of borrowing, theoretically, you now encourage liquidity, which now goes and chases foreign exchange. So since foreign exchange is the be all and end all policy of the CBN, which they want to make sure is in check, they didn't want to cut rates by too much. If you tighten and you increase rates, because inflation is going up, inflation is at 12.34% for April. If you continue to raise rates to try to head off inflation, you make borrowing theoretically more expensive and you tighten, and that's not good for the economy. So we didn't think they were going to do anything. We thought they're going to leave things as is. One of the things everybody's been asking them to do was to reduce the cash reserve ratio, which is at 27.5%. You have banks, cash reserve ratio is how much money you want the banks to keep with the CBN. So cash reserve ratio is at 27.5, liquidity ratio is at 30%. That's like 57.5%. You're constraining the banks, and then you're now telling them to go and lend with loan to deposit ratio. So everyone thought at least they will tweak that. They didn't move anything, but they cut the rates. They cut it by 100 basis points. However, who is feeling the effect? Is it you? Is it me? These things are so. Look, I was going to talk about South Africa if we have enough time. South Africa's credit card purchases dropped precipitously in April for the first time month on month in like 3 to 4 years. Why? Because people were holding back on purchases because they were losing jobs, they were cutting salaries. South Africa's central bank, they cut their benchmark interest rate by 225 basis points, so 2.25%. That thing filters straight into your credit card. So if you have a credit card and you're paying interest on it, your interest will reduce by 2.25. I'm using South Africa. I usually use America or Britain, but let's not go to the West.
West Africa.
South Africa is the most industrialized African nation on this on the continent. So they've got mortgages. If you have a mortgage in South Africa, when they cut the interest rate or raise it, you will feel it immediately. Now, in the central bank's defense, though, there are intervention facilities, which are some facilities targeted at certain sectors like manufacturing, pharmaceuticals. They cut that rate by 400 basis points from 9% to 5%. That one, you will feel that one immediately. But the benchmark rate is more of it's kind of symbolic. So there you go.
All right. Shola says, this has happened to me last week. It's talking about POS transactions.
Yes.
It says you can make inquiries about it. My money is here to be reversed because I need to go fill a form.
Really?
Topper says, I used another bank's ATM to withdraw money a while ago. It swallowed my ATM. The security man said, we can't give you, sir, because a third party will have touched it. I replied, sir, I don't mind. Let 10 hands touch it. I just need my ATM back. He was kind enough to give it to me.
Funny story, Topper. Thank you for that.
Stories that touch. Joel says, hi, Reuters, people should use the cardless withdrawal more to reduce all this payment risk.
You see, although fear hasn't let me try that thing, but Joe, very good point. I haven't tried it. I'm scared. I didn't want any because
I was put in an anxious position only once.
You did
it. Only constrained with that. So my worry is the limits. It gives you a limit of 10,000. You can withdraw only 10,000 at a time within a 24-hour period. So that's
so it's not much.
I think that's a problem.
The one you did, was it fingerprints or which? Because I know one bank.
They just send you a serial code to your phone number that you provide when
and then use it.
I'll
try it. I mean, it's supposed to be
nice.
Futuristic, yeah.
I'm not holding anything.
Exactly. And what do I do? A small. We're trying. Yeah. We're trying. Good, Joel. Good point. Thank you for that.
And then this, Alex is asking me to give him the name of the bank.
Send it to him by.
Let me just be clear.
Yes.
It wasn't actually savings per se, because when I found out about this dividend 14% was when I was contemplating moving my fixed deposit on the same bank.
Yes.
So they changed platforms and module of operation. So I had to move it from that fixed deposit to their online portal.
Okay.
Which is like there's a way they did it, but they're changing the way they used to run their fixed deposit before. So they brought in a new one, and that attractive force is that 14% thing.
They have to be lending at higher rates, because I know there's one online platform. So nice. There's one online. I've mentioned their name before. There's one online platform beginning with a C.
Yes.
They are doing 1 year at 16%. But the only reason why they're able to do that is because they are lending at like 20-something%. So that's why. So these guys, that has to be the way.
Do you know what it means to move your money from where you're earning 7%
right
to now 14?
Look,
twice.
They need to give away for us. All these banks do interest rate giveaway. Help us out.
Kule from VI says, hello, Rotus. For those whose ATMs get stuck in another bank's terminal, they need to call their own bank to get the card blocked and a new one issued.
Okay, for security, that's true. That's true.
Cards will be destroyed by our own bank after it's returned. Okay, as directed by CBN.
The last time I did that, I collected my card, Okunle. But thank you for that update. I will check on that. Thank you for the update. For security, yes, you should contact your bank immediately. Although the thing is, it's stuck inside the ATM, so
nobody else has access.
Right, but if you don't want to take any chances, Kunle is right. Just call your bank, block it. But then you don't have to wait the number of days before you get your card.
Sean says there are limits and charges to the card, the careless.
I think it means the cardless withdrawal.
That doesn't make sense.
Okay, yes, he's talking about what you just mentioned now.
Joel
Joe, you sabi, that's them. That's the one with the C. He knows. All right. He knows. Are we out of time?
Yes.
Okay, we're out of time.
The one I was talking about has the same acronym as my name anyway, so go. Yeah.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. Hey, everybody. Thank you all for your messages. Thank you.
Tuned at 7:30 will bring you freshly pressed 981. You can go back to YouTube to watch a recap of the show if you missed any part. Stay tuned.
Business Express. Brought to you by Interswitch. Transaction solutions.
Hi, my name is Richard Dominic, and this is